A very good morning to our speaker, Shri Shivam ji, and all our participants attending today's session. The Indian Chamber of Commerce is a premier body of business and industry in India set up in 1925 by a group of pioneering industrialists. The chamber has been functioning efficiently and building meaningful synergies among the industry and government by addressing strategic issues of national significance. It has been instrumental in facilitating better commerce within the country. We have been organizing many such meaningful programs for the benefit of our stakeholders. We are honored and privileged to have the presence of Shivam amongst us today. Shivam is a humanitarian, contemporary thinker, and a visionary. He is strong spirited. He's a young spiritual leader loved by all age groups and has transformed lives of hundreds within a short span of his journey. He has dedicated his life to physical, mental, and spiritual well being of humanity. The possibility of self realization he strongly believes is available to all. He has founded Shivoham Foundation, which partners with United Nations, like-minded social bodies, corporates, liberal arts universities, and MBA institutes. The foundation focuses on three areas: mindfulness solutions, social work, education, and learning. Today, Shivam Guruji will be addressing us on the topic of purposeful living. Hope you enjoy the session. Over to you, Guruji.
Thank you so much, Louisa, and namaste to all of you. So today we are here together, and I would like to thank ICC and all the members who are associated with ICC, including Louisa and the team. So thank you, Louisa, for such a beautiful opportunity for everyone to learn together, grow together, and make a life beautiful and purposeful, which is the topic today. So before starting the session today, I would like all of you to just disconnect from the outer world and gather your whole self at the very moment so that you can enjoy the session. And let us all close your eyes and be aware of the very moment and disconnect from the outer source. So let us detox 1 minute so that we can enjoy the session. So all of you close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Be aware of the music. And let the mind settle down. And with every breath, just mentally affirm that your whole self is with you right now, at this moment. Inhale and exhale. And bring back your whole self together. Now, very gently, open your eyes. So once again, a very warm welcome. And as you all are aware that today's session is purposeful living. So, what do you think when you hear the word purposeful living? I would like to ask you, you can write it in your comment box. What is the first thing which comes in your mind when you hear purposeful living? You can write in your comment box. So, till the time you write, let me read something, a beautiful story. So, the story goes like this. So, once a group of 50 people were attending a seminar. Suddenly, the speaker stopped and decided to do a group activity. He started giving each attendee one balloon. Each one was asked to write his or her name on it using a marker pen. Then all the balloons were collected and put it in another room. Now, these delegates were let into that room and asked to find the balloon which had their name written within 5 minutes. Everyone was frantically searching for their name, colliding with each other, pushing around others, and there was utter chaos. At the end of 5 minutes, no one could find their own balloon. Now, each one was asked to randomly collect a balloon and give it to the person whose name was written on it. Within 5 minutes, everyone had their own balloon. The speaker then began, "This is happening in our lives. Everyone is frantically looking for happiness all around, not knowing where it is. Our happiness lies in the happiness of other people. Give them their happiness, and you will get your own happiness." And this is the purpose of human life, the pursuit of happiness, the purpose of living. So let me read what you all have written. Peace, peace in mind. There has to be purpose in our life. It means positive thinking and being connected to people who supports us. Peace, confidence level increased, contentment to identify purpose in life and live towards same. Okay. So now we all are aware that what should be the purpose in our life. But we are lacking something. We are lacking something, and the very important thing is mindset, abundance mindset. So, what is abundance mindset? Abundance mindset starts from when you simplify your life and learn how to live a life of abundance and reap the rewards. So, people think that there is a scarcity in our life. People think that there are abundance in our life. And because of this mindset, they are unable to find out what is the true purpose of life. And because of that, there is utter chaos in the life. So, uh, I would like to tell you something very important. We all are aware about the mindset, but the mindset begins from the thought, because everything is coming in the mind and everything is thought. So, aware of your thoughts. So, when you are aware of your thoughts, then you start living mindfully. This is called mindful living. Mindful living simply means that what thought you are producing in your mind, you're simply the witness of that thought. And when you focus on that thought, then automatically you start seeing the very possibilities in our life. And you see the positive sides which you are receiving, the positive impact of life which you are getting. And the moment you focus on that, you are concentrating on growth part, because a mindful person always sees the growth, never scarcity. And the more you concentrate on growth, automatically you attract that growth. Another thing is, always be a beginner. Think like a beginner. learn new things in your life. The moment you realize that you are a learner, you are a student, then automatically you are opening up to the possibilities which nature wants to teach you. And when you think that you know everything, it means you are shutting the door of your heart and not allowing the nature to teach you something. So always be a beginner, always be a beginner and learn new things. For example, if you want to learn any new language, you can learn. You want to learn dance, music, anything which you feel like, always be in a learning mode. And this should be the way of life. So we all want to live a fulfilled and happy life, but what are we doing for it? Are we living a purposeful life? Are we living a fulfilled and happy life or not? What are we doing for it? Because we don't have fixed attention to what we want, we are unable to do so. You can learn to embrace happiness and achieve inner peace simply by changing, incorporating some healthy routine into your life. So let us discuss about how to live your best life. Please write in the comment box, what do you think, how you can live your best life, how you can live your happy life. By helping others, by doing yoga asana and meditation, by doing something for others, making others happy, discipline, love to teach and reading, contentment, don't pretend, being in action, by being healthy, by helping others. Okay, it's very good. But today I want to tell you that how to start with the basic step. So we all are aware that by doing yoga asana, by doing self discipline, and so many things, and the things continue. But how to start? What is the first step? So the very first step is setting the intentions and goal. When you set intentions, you are more likely to act with purpose and drive. So you can use the mantra, I am living my best life. So what will help you with this mantra? This will help you to bring clarity. So all of we are living in the confusing world. And when we start living in the confusing world, then we think so many things. We want to fulfill so many desires, but ultimately there is nothing in our hand. Okay. Because there is no intention which we have created. There is no goal which we have created. So you can write them down and start working over it. For example, I intend to start yoga practicing 3 times per week. Okay. So rather than saying that I want to do yoga asana, you can simply say that I want to practice yoga thrice a week. Okay. And you just write down all the things. And what will happen? You are just setting an intention first. And after that intention, you are creating a goal. So what will happen? The moment you see that what you have written in your journal, automatically your intention get triggered. And with that trigger, you will start working on your goal. So this should be the mantra of your life, that I am living my best life. And the clear vision of what you want will come through this only. Because if you want to remove the confusion, then clarity is very, very important. Now, let us do an activity. So let's take a reality check. How clear we are with goals and intentions. Just close your eyes for 30 seconds. Go in a self reflecting mode. And just drop this thought and let the answer come on its own. Don't pressurize yourself. Just drop the thought. Just drop the message and take a reality check. How clear we are with goals and intentions. How clear we are with goals and intentions. 20 more seconds. Ten seconds more. Okay. Now you can come back. Just keep the answers with you. And now let us understand that what is the next step. So the moment we start focusing on our intentions and goal, then we are visualizing it. So it is a very beneficial practice to living your dream life. So once you have a clear vision of intentions or goals you want to achieve, it is important to take actions. Take out some time and question yourself. For example, what kind of attire you want to wear? What kind of daily routine would you have? What kind of atmosphere you are surrounded by? Okay, just by asking these little questions and allow yourself to feel the kinds of feelings you would feel if you were in the position you want to be in. So this is so crucial practice to get you in the right mindset. Let me tell you for your information. So Olympic athletes use this visualization to prepare for their events. So before performing, they do visualization. Okay. So now let us do something very creative and visualize. So all of you, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Allow your mind to relax. Just focus on your goals, your intentions, and with that intentions and goal, by keeping in that mind, start visualizing your goals in the way you want to achieve it. Give thought to your visualization and see the things as you want. The goals which you have in your mind, whether you want this house, this car, this much amount of bank balance for your security, anything you can create. You want to practice yoga, You want to go on a date with yourself. You want to go for travel. Anything, whatever comes in your mind. Now, very gently open your eyes. So this is, the process of visualization. By setting intentions, by setting goals, you can start visualizing things, and through this process, you can actually manifest how you want to see yourself in upcoming months, years. But what is the biggest barrier which is coming on the path of, living happily, living purposefully? What is the biggest barrier? So all of you just write down, what do you think? What is the biggest barrier which comes in purposeful living? You can write in the Q&A box. Distractions, worrying about future, we caught in the rut of life, multitasking, lack of discipline, wavering mind, sometimes financial investment, procrastination. Okay. So there is one thing which comes out of this, which is very common: stress, anxiety, worrying about past and future. But the very important thing is stress and anxiety. So stress is actually the root cause, which comes in the form of past, in the form of future, or anything. So basically, if we calculate what is the biggest barrier, it is actually the stress. So now let us investigate what is stress. So all of you, just think about something which gives you stress. You can close your eyes and think about your deadlines, your goals, your ambitions, your unfulfilled goals, or anything which is creating stress in you. Take a minute. Think about all the things which are giving you stress. Bring all the stress at the very moment. Okay, now come back and just reflect, and you can write it down what you felt in the comment box. Okay, so the stress comes with gets stress due to other people's anxiety. Yes. Okay. When people say negative things about what I value most of, or challenge my values and beliefs, bad behavior of some people in your life, insecurity creates stress for me. No connectivity, money gone, no continuity, not able to do work. Okay. So the one thing which is very important you should do is let go of thought. Okay. You have, various kind of stress in your life. It is because of you are giving thought to that of your area where you need not to give thought. So many people talk about that don't think anything and be thoughtless and let go. But what exactly it is? So there are various centers in our body. We don't know that we have various centers in our body. We think that we only think from our brain, but there is a misconception that we think only from our brain. No, it's actually not. So there are various centers in our body, emotional body. So if you have to think something intellectually, so the thinking center is in our brain. If you have to think related to emotions, that is your heart center. If you have to think about, the people around us and the social life, that is actually solar plexus, the navel chakra. So there are so many thinking centers, but we are not aware. Now, let us be aware. Just close your eyes and be aware of your thoughts. Remember that stress which you have just thought few minutes ago, and feel the sensation in your body. Anything, it can be pain, any tingling kind of situation, or anything, whatever is happening in your body, just be aware of that. And just be aware that in which part of your body you are feeling that sensation, pain, or whatever. Okay. Stress is in mind generally faced during office work. If you live in moment, no connectivity. Okay. Okay. So you all have seen stress. You all have felt it in your body, the sensation. Okay. So what happens is when we are into so much stress, then we are using our brain so much. For example, if there is a stress, and when we investigate that stress, we find that something which has to be found through heart, we were thinking about that problem through our mind, our brain. So this is actually the diversion of thoughts which we were producing, and because of this, there is a lot of stress which is happening. So let go of that thought. Okay. So now we will uh, discover something very beautiful and yet very powerful. Okay. And the technique which I'm just going to talk about is stress releasing technique. And this is very ancient Vedic technique, which you can say very modern, yet very deep and very ancient. So there are Himalayan yogis technique which they use to calm their mind, to tame their mind. So mind is like a monkey. So if you don't know how to tame it, it keeps on, going, moving. So either you feed your monkey with bananas, that is of no use, and either to respond to your mind. So in both the situations, it is same sides of the coin. Okay. So now what we are going to discover is very deep. Okay. So bring your whole attention here, and let us discover and learn this technique. So if you learn this technique, it will be very beneficial for all of you. So whenever you get stress, whenever you feel uh, lonely, or your hormones, your heart rate, your palpitation is disturbed, you can use this technique. Now simply just focus on me and just try to connect with me. Just see me completely. Now be aware of your surroundings. If you are sitting on a couch, things around you, just be aware. Now again, bring your attention and focus on me. And again, be aware of the things around you. Just be aware. Do this 3-4 times. So right now you are in a no mind state. Okay, so you can practice this 3-4 times in a day. This is very powerful and ancient actionable tool which you can use to make your mind stress free. Okay, so okay, yeah, people are responding that where they felt sensation. So yes, you can use this technique to calm yourself. And now we will experience the breathing technique, the alternative breathing technique. What we have to do is just sit in a comfortable posture. Okay, people are writing. It's very refreshing. Okay. 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 So what you have to do is just erect your spine and just sit comfortably and hold your right nostril with right thumb and inhale from the left. Now hold. Close your left nostril and exhale from right. Inhale from the same right nostril. Hold your breath. Close the right nostril from your right thumb and exhale from the left. Now repeat this. Repeat this 5 times. Okay. Now what you have to do is inhale at the count of 4 and exhale count 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this 11 times. Now your mind is very calm and connected to the self. Connected to the self is equals to connected to the core of your being. So when you are connected to the core of your being, then there is no stress, no anxiety, no thinking of old patterns of past and future. So through this technique, you can actually help yourself to be in the moment and relax yourself through this technique. But problem is not over yet. So it's very good that you are overcoming with yourself, but there is one more thing which you have to break. And what is something which is very important is outside behavioral pattern. So when things comes to us, we can help ourselves. But if someone from outside is popping inside our consciousness, then what to do? For that, unconditioning is required. Okay. So unconditioning of old pattern, the way you behaved before, and now you will behave in such a way that your reactions of people outside world will not affect you. So don't get influenced by outside world. Okay, just be in that space, but become like a lotus. Have you seen a lotus? There is so much mud around, but lotus is lotus, untouched by the negativity. It has a very beautiful essence. And lotus is the one flower which has a great respect among all flowers, and that people offer to the deities to worship. Okay, but remember, if you want to become a lotus, then you have to be in that muck. Without muck, lotus does not exist. But what you can do is don't get influenced by the outside world. So just uncondition yourself. It is very hard to break the old pattern, but not impossible. And now something which you have to do is mindfulness breathing techniques, which we have just experienced the technique to remove the stress. Okay, so by calming your mind, by focusing on your mind and focusing on relaxing part of your mind, you can help your mind with mindfulness breathing techniques. Okay, so begin with 10 minutes practice daily. Don't sit for too long, because if you sit, try to sit for an hour, and if you are unable to do so, then there will be a guilt inside you. So forget that. Just sit 10 minutes. Just take a sankalp, a shubh sankalp of 10 minutes. Listen to your body. Okay. So now let us experience 1 minute relaxation of mind. All of you, just close your eyes and be aware of the music. Allow your mind to relax. Very gently inhale and exhale. Now listen to your body. Your body is something which you have neglected from so long. Now give time to your body and listen to your body. The more your mind is relaxed, the more you are listening to your body. Thirty seconds and you will be back. Okay. Now you may open your eyes. So through this process, you have invested time for your health. So now the another point is investing in your health. Time for self is very important. This is another step towards your best life, which is called health journey. So now coming to the next point, which is practicing self-love. You are so much capable of maintaining relationship with others, but forget about your relationship with yourself. Take a moment and think what feeling you have for self-love. You can write in your comment section. Let me read few points and then we will move forward. Let's take a time, reflect, and write. Enjoy my uniqueness. Okay. What else? I love myself, feel blessed, and very capable to make a change in the world. Very nice. Self love for me to do things I love to sing, eat, thinking. Love my inner strength. Loving ourselves means give respect to our body parts. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, very nice. So, a relationship with the self is actually self love. Someone is writing, I love my inner strength. Okay. So you are so much capable of maintaining relationship with others. You know, we constantly busy on Facebook, WhatsApp, social media, calling people, everything. But relationship, when it comes to self, it is very difficult to maintain relationship. People come and say, I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling lack of love. But you know, one thing which is very good happened in this COVID times is people have learned how to pamper the self, how to love the self, and whatever guilt, whatever insecurity, whatever grudges, guilt they had in their self, they worked on it. People who are unable to forgive people. So if you are able to forgive people, then you create self love, and with that self love, you create self confidence as well. And there is one beautiful story which comes in my mind right now. Is once upon a time there was a bird. A tired bird landed on a branch. The bird rested, enjoying the view from the branch and the protection it offered from dangerous animals. Just as the bird became used to the branch and the support and safety it offered, a strong wind started blowing, and the tree swayed with such intensity that it seemed the branch would snap in half. But the bird was not worried, for it knew two important truths. The first truth, even without the branch, it was able to fly and thus remain safe through the power of its own two wings. The second truth, it also knew that there are many other branches upon which it can temporarily rest. So, what is the reflection of this story? This small story tells us a lot about our own self confidence, our courage. We are capable of so much more than we realize in everyday life. And when we can just release our grasp on the physical structure that hold us on the ground, then we start to understand just how far we can fly under our own power. Throughout the forest of our own lives, there are so many so called branches and trees on which we rely on. And while sometimes we do need recovery and shelter, we can also learn as we grow that these sources of safety do not always last. What is really lasting and permanent rest within us in the form of positive self esteem and belief in our own unique abilities. So people think that other person is not loving me, other person is having grudge with me, and because of that there are so many expectations which are arising. Because of so many expectation, lack of self love, lack of confidence, and the journey goes on. But one thing which is very important is it is a disease. If you are feeling lack of self love, lack of love for the very self, the original you, your true self. And in Vedic text, there is a saying. In Sanskrit, there is a mantra, there is a shloka. Yatha ralpena yatnena chichadate taranastaru. Sa evasti pravadastu chichadate pratyatnutah. एवमेव विकारोऽपि तरुणः साध्यते सुखम् विवृधः साध्यते कृच्छ साध्यतो वायपि जायते. Just as a tender plant is easy to cut down, the same requires much more effort when fully grown. Likewise, any disease is manageable in the early stage. It becomes almost incurable when it grows. So, the moment we realize that there is a disease within us, the moment we reflect, then we must work over it. Because if you love yourself, you love others. If you hate yourself, you hate others. Because in any kind of relationship with others, the other is nothing but a mirror. So when we meet people, we are actually mirroring how we are from inside. We see the other person like that. So the projection of thought for ourselves in our mind is a projection of thought which we have for the person we meet. Okay. So let us work on self love and eliminate the barrier which is coming in the journey to love the self. So, all of you, just be comfortable. Let me play audio which I have recorded for the affirmations. Later, I will send you the link as well so that you all can practice wherever you are. And if you practice it for 21 days, it will help you to connect with yourself and practice self love and gratitude. So, all of you, just follow the instructions. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm giving you the affirmations through which you can create your life in a beautiful way. So, everyone, close your eyes and focus on the affirmations which I am going to recite and repeat after me. I thank myself. I thank myself. I thank myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself the way I am. I love myself the way I am. I love myself the way I am. I accept everyone fully. I accept everyone fully. I accept everyone fully. I accept everyone the way they are. I accept everyone the way they are. I accept everyone the way they are. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive everybody. I forgive everybody. I forgive everybody. I thank all the divine energies that are protecting me. I thank all the divine energies which are protecting me. I thank all the divine energies which are protecting me. Now, slowly
You can open your eye with a big smile. Thank you. Blessings to you all.
So this is very powerful practice, and this powerful practice actually can help you to connect with yourself very deeply, and it can help you to connect back with your self love. And I have just sent you the link of YouTube self love and gratitude affirmations so that you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and you can practice. There are so many other small 1 minute and 2 minute mindfulness techniques which can help you to enhance your productivity and unleash your potential, which is actually inside you, but which was deep rooted inside. Okay. And with that, you can create an attunement with yourself. Now, you can get back with yourself and just be aware of your sensation which is happening in your body, and just feel how you are feeling right now at this moment. And this whole process which we are going through helps us to bring our whole self together at the moment and enjoy focusing on whatever work we are doing with huge capacity. So it has been said in Sanskrit, Gate shoko na kartavyo, bhavishyam naiva chintayet, vartamane na kalena, vartayanti vichakshana. Which means the time which has gone, Gate shoko na gantavyo. Don't do shoka, dukha. Don't be sad for that time which has gone, because it is already past. It has just passed. It is not with you right now. It has become past. Gate shoko na kartavyo. Bhavishyam naiva chintayit. And don't think about your bhavishya, your future. Don't worry about too much of your future. Vartamane na kalena. The present moment. Vartayanti vichakshana. So a one who constantly think about his past is in shoka, dukha, in sadness. Or a one who is in future is also very worried about the future. But a one who is in the present moment, vartamanena kalena. So the vartaman kala, which means the present moment. A one who is in present moment is always is in bliss. So these are the techniques to control and tame your mind and to bring your whole mind in the present moment. So what is the outcome of present moment? It will color your life every moment. Your every moment can become very meditative. And when you start living your life purposefully, then automatically you will fill the colors in your life. So your whole life is a canvas. All you need to know is how to hold a brush. And it is very important to know the colors of your true self. And colors play a very important role in our lives, our mood, our personality. Okay. So just take a moment, close your eyes, and be aware of yourself and see how you are from inside. What kind of life you want and what kind of life you wish for. Colorful life, colorless life, vibrant life, whatever you feel like, just drop this thought in your heart and let the answer come on its own. Now, all of you, don't open your eyes and repeat after me. Let us create miraculous mantra in our subconscious mind so that with the thought of positive affirmations, you start growing and expanding. Just repeat after me. I am unique. I am loved. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am happy. I am amazing. I can do anything. I choose to be positive. I know my worth. I will succeed. This is happiness mantra. So it's important to do what's best for you, whether people approve of it or not. This is your life. You know what's good for you. And remember, self love takes strength. My happiness mantra is never say how, just say wow. Wow is equals to with or without always stay happy. With or without always stay happy. My happiness mantra is never say how, just say wow. Wow is equals to with or without always stay happy. So just think about your happiness mantra, whatever comes in your mind, and just write in your comment box. And let me read for you. A life where all are happy, laughing, loving one another, and living fully every moment in gratitude. Very powerful lines. Thank you. To be happy in every moment and in every work. Happiness mantra for me to each play with animals and kids and make my family happy. Very nice. I love, never say how, only say wow too, with or without. Smile, come what may, and live in joy. Peace and tranquility. Thanking God for everything which I have. I love reading. Happiness mantra for me to teach, play with animals and kids, make my family happy. Okay. Take your own time, think and write. So when you write, after creating your happiness mantra, it actually embraces and appreciates your true self, your inner source. And this will help you to remember your happiness mantra forever. I love teaching, even. When you will understand about to feel your inner peace, you will more stronger. Okay, so this is actually, mindful. My mantra is I never lose, I either win or I learn. Okay, so this is mindfulness practices, mindful solution, mindful awareness, self-reflection. And let us conclude what we have learned today. So, first of all, today's session is on purposeful living and abundance mindset, which we have talked about. And we have created a right thinking awareness of thoughts through mindfulness and focus on growth part and be like a beginner. We have learned a way of life by setting intentions and goals and by creating powerful visualization and by calming the mind, investing in our health, practicing self-love, enabling and disabling the purposeful living. And we have learned to let go. And yeah, very important thing which we have learned is stress releasing technique, very actionable tool which you all have learned today. And alternate breathing, pranayams. We have learned how to uncondition the mind and by not getting influenced by the outside world and connecting with the self and coloring your life every moment and along with the happiness mantra of wow. Okay, so meditation is to go to the source of your thought or beyond thought. This is the tagline of purposeful living. And let us all take 2 minutes. Just close your eyes. Go within. Inhale and exhale. Allow your mind to settle into your breath. and absorb whatever you have learned today. And open your heart for all the possibilities which nature has given to you. Be in a receptive mode. And embrace what you have learned, what you have gathered, whatever you have let go. Embrace the let go part of yours. Embrace yourself and be aware of the love which you have experienced in yourself. Embrace the unconditioning of yourself. And just thank the outside world to help you by triggering the point through which you have gained a lot of learning, lot of teachings, which help you to understand the life, the true nature of life, the real purpose of life, which is purposeful living. Now let us observe silence for 1 minute. Now I'm sending blessings to all of you so that you can keep on moving on the path of purposeful living. Just be in a receptive mode and allow yourself to absorb the blessings which I'm sending you in the form of positive vibrations. Five deep breaths, slow and deep. With every breath, Deep relaxation. Deep silence, resilience, gratitude, self love, love for others, positivity, abundance, and purest form of bliss. And with fullest of your smile, just open your eyes. So, this is how your life looks like when you have purposeful living. You have a beautiful life with you. There is a doha in Ramayana, which is like Bade Bhag Manush Tan Pava, which means it is very auspicious and it is a good fortune of yours that you have a human life. And a true human life, you just add purposeful living with that. Then you add so much positivity in that. Same if you will read Bible, Jesus has said something very beautiful. God is love. We have never seen God, but we have experienced love. A one who has experienced love can touch to the core of eternity. That is true godliness. So a real purpose of life is to connect with the self and living in abundance. So thank you so much. And I over to Luisa. If anyone has any query or something which anyone wants to ask, I over to Luisa.
Thank you, Shivamji, for the
Thank you.
insightful session. It was a wonderful session, and I'm sure our participants would have benefited out of it. We have shared Shivamji's coordinates in the chat in case anybody would like to get in touch with him. You may do so. Also, I have also mentioned ICC's social media handles in the chat. In case you would like to stay connected with us, we keep doing such programs around the industry as well as on personal front. So please follow us on our social media pages, and you will get regular updates on every initiative that takes place. So with this, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Shivamji, once again. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And people can ask any question and anything they want to share, any feedback they want to give, or so they can come and let us all uh, listen to people, their experiences.
Sure, sure.
You can raise your hands and during the session, I have seen so many people were raising hands. So
Yeah.
all of you can now raise your hands and I welcome all your questions. Lisa, over to you.
Yeah,
Please
so we
ask
have a
any question.
question which is what are some ways to break the barriers to practice detachment so one can stay focused on one's purpose?
Yes, very good question. So the practice which we have experienced right now of self-love and gratitude, And the more we start practicing, the more we feel connected with the self. And automatically, when there is a coordination between the self and this body, then there is no attachment of any unnecessary expectations in the outside world. And the true connection with the self is actually detachment from all the expectations around the world. So it is a very paradox. It sounds very paradox, but yet very true. So if you are deeply connected with yourself, you are connected with everything around, and yet you are detached with everything. Lisa.
Another one is how to get away from negative thinking people, from which our mind gets tensed.
Yeah, we can never get rid of people who think negative about you. But yes, you can get rid of your thoughts you have for that people. So the thing which we have discovered uh, in earlier points is that by being in a muck, but behave like a lotus. So when you are lotus, when you are in the muck, then you know how to grow, how to embrace yourself. And the more lotus you become, the more muck you accumulate around you. So just get rid of this thought that the world will be according to you. It can never happen. The people who have renounced everything, who have experiencing the deep sadhana in Himalayas, there are barriers for them as well. So it is actually a blessing for you that you are learning so many things by being in this world and experiencing so much. Through this session also, you all have experienced something which is very rarest technique. So if you keep on practicing this, then here is the answer.
Yeah, I think that's about it. In case anybody post the session would have any questions, please write to us and we will share it with Shivamji for his answer. All right.
Thank you so much. So
Thank you.
before ending the session, let us spread all the beautiful energies which we all have accumulated. So what we will do is, at the count of 3, we will all unmute ourselves and start clapping for the appreciation. Whatever we have done today, let's embrace it together. So 1, 2, 3. Please unmute yourself and start clapping. Okay. So thank you so much, and blessings to you all. Be happy and stay blessed, and be with the purpose so that you can enjoy purposeful living. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Namaste to you all.
Thank you.